go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
Welcome to an all-new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Happy Black History Month. I know that's a buzzword lately with the current administration, but we're going to still acknowledge Black history here. Also, happy John Cash birthday month. It's Monday, February the 3rd. Next week, February the 10th, will be my birthday. Love to see it. Before we get started with the show, the views and opinions expressed by myself do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and or affiliates. Listener and viewers' discretion is highly advised, and you can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart Radio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Deezer, Audacy, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for TIDAL. Now, welcoming back to the show, the man, the myth, the legend, and the star of either Channel 62 or Channel 65, the one and only Wesley Pipes. Yes, that is the sound you normally hear when you put on those channels. How was your week?
Always good. Good as always.
You know, I'm very slick with the mouth. Very off the cuff. Enough clapping. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How did you bring in your New Year? I know it's like a whole month afterwards, but how did you bring in your New Year?
I went to my wife's family's.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Quiet.
Quiet is not good on New Year's. Any New Year's resolutions?
Try not to do as bad as I did the year before, maybe.
Step by step. Yes, step by step. Shout out to those of you who were very encouraging when I shared about my results from my latest annual regarding my A1C levels and vitamin D levels. Some of you stated that you are also going through similar things in terms of having to do lifestyle changes. And, you asked me to be your accountability partner, and I appreciate that, and I will. And so far, I've done a couple of check-ins with those individuals once a week. So, February is back, and I love February because, not for the reasons that you think, of course, my birthday month, but because all those fucking people that hog up the goddamn machines in the gym, they're gone. The New Year's resolution crowd, they're gone. So
I don't bother showing up. So.
Well, I mean, they fall off the map. So you could get machines, you could book classes. You don't have to worry about, oh God, it's going to be full. Yeah, it kind of, lessened probably about maybe 2 weeks ago. Because normally like the 3rd, 4th week in January, that's when people start to fall off. Fucking up the machines and shit. And there's definitely a difference between the gyms that I go to. I'm a member of 2 gyms. I have a lifetime membership, Lifetime Fitness, and Blink. Blink, the machines are out of order for quite some time. At least 2-3 weeks. Lifetime, they send you an email and they're like, we're promptly working on it. And honestly, within an hour or two, they fix whatever is the issue. Like, they literally had no water a few weeks ago. They send an email. It's not like you go to the gym and like, what the hell? But they send an email. Hey, we're having water issues. We're closing down. 2 hours later, we're back up and running. Thank you for your patience. Customer service. Yeah. So you can find me on TikTok. Well, yeah, They didn't ban it yet. So you can still find me on TikTok, The John Cash Show Podcast, IG at The John Cash Show, Facebook, John Cash, X at _John Cash, and YouTube, The John Cash Show channel. Make sure to leave reviews on the Apple Podcast page and subscribe to The John Cash Show Podcast channel on YouTube. For everybody listening, feel free to chat about any of the topics, ask for advice, or whatever at thejohncashshow@gmail.com. Now, before we get started, we here at the John Cash Show Podcast send our condolences and thoughts to the loved ones of DJ Unk, who is single-handedly responsible for Black millennials everywhere having bad knees and backs due to his smash hit singles Walk It Out and Two Step, to name a few. He unfortunately passed at the age of 42. Also, thoughts and prayers to the loved ones affected by the most recent plane crashes in the D.C. and Philly areas. Let's get into the show now. ASAP Rocky. ASAP Rocky, step one of the master plan. He rejected his plea deal. He had a plea deal offered to him 180 days, some supervised supervision. Now he's on trial. He's facing 24 years. I'm about to be those kids' stepdaddy. Just putting that out there. Get my Russell Wilson on. Anyway, ASAP Rocky's former friend testifies about alleged shooting as rapper faces decades in prison. Terrell Efron, who is also known by his moniker ASAP Relly, took to the witness stand on Tuesday in the assault trial of rapper ASAP Rocky and accused his former friend of firing a gun at him during a confrontation between the two in Hollywood in 2021. Prosecutors questioned Efron about the sequence of events after he testified about an argument during which the rapper, whose legal name is Rakim Myers, allegedly brandishing a gun. Asked why he would follow someone he knew had a gun, Efron said that since it was a busy street in Hollywood, he believed that Myers, also known as ASAP Rocky, definitely wouldn't shoot him. Myers and Efron were childhood friends and both part of the Harlem-based rap collective ASAP Mob. Rocky turned around and then it was like boom, Efron said, recounting the alleged shooting. The whole thing was like a movie. He kind of like pointed down and he shot the first shot. Efron said that his hand was grazed by a bullet and felt hot. He said that he then grabbed one of their friends and stood behind him for cover, and then Myers allegedly fired again before leaving the scene. Prosecutors concluded their questioning of Efron on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, but he was expected back on the witness stand. During the opening arguments, Myers' lead attorney, Joe Tacopina, who was also affiliated with Donald Trump. I'm just saying. I don't think he did too well representing it. I'm trying to be, impartial, but I have a rooting interest in this case. Just saying. And for those of you who aren't aware, I'm supposed to get married in April 2027, according to Kim Allen, resident psychic of the John Cash Show. Might be to Rihanna. It's all aligning. Now it makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Anyway. Joe Tacopina told the members of the jury that they will hear from multiple witnesses during the trial who will testify that the gun seen in the surveillance video is absolutely nothing more than a prop gun that is often used in movies and music videos. I don't think that should be an argument because who had the gun? Alec Baldwin. It was a fake gun or something like that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a fake gun and
fake
wound up, or fake
ammo.
bullets and wind up killing the.
It was supposed to be blanks.
Yeah. So anyway, if convicted, the New York rapper could face up to 24 years in prison. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is ahead of jury selection, Myers, was offered a plea deal that included a 180-day jail term, but he did not accept it. 180 days, 24 years. But ASAP Rocky argued that would be the end of his career. Now, the jury consists of 7 women and 5 men. And they were all asked about if they knew who Rihanna was, because, apparently they're expecting, which she has, come to the trial to sit front row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Could you imagine you go to jury duty and you see fucking Rihanna? Like, this shit. I'm like, I probably wouldn't even focus on the trial. I'd just be looking at her the whole time like,
swinging my umbrella.
Yeah, you can't have umbrellas in the bench.
That's all right.
I'll
wait for her outside.
Okay. I don't know. This is tricky. This could go either way, honestly.
Why didn't he want
he says it would be a career killer because
180 days?
180 days, and then it was 9 years of supervised release, probation of some sorts. So, in community service. So, I guess he would have to check in, but it's not like he tours like that. So, I don't know how, unless maybe Rihanna is going on a tour. You know what I just realized? It's been 9 years since Rihanna released her last album, Anti. It was in 2016.
That was her last album?
Yeah, 2016. Wow. And her next album will be her 9th studio album. I might drop this year. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. The album might drop this year. She goes touring. He goes to jail. She meets me. End of story.
2027.
2027, April 2027, married.
Yeah.
On the cover of People magazine. God damn it, I'm good. Shout out to Kim Allen. But yeah. If he's on camera, he's pretty much done for, right?
Then they find the bullet, the guy,
because
the victim.
I'm just going by. Okay, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. There was no video, and he got 10 years for fragments in her foot. This man is on video, shooting a gun.
I seen that corner, you see that little corner of the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see that much unless they're only showing a little bit. Then the victim ran all the way back there and found the shell casing.
I don't know.
Seems fishy.
I'm gonna go with. And now that I say this, I'm gonna sound like I'm wishing this, but he's on camera, so I could see him being found guilty. I don't know what the sentences is going to be like, but I could see him being found guilty. Yeah, only because it's on camera, and they're arguing that it's a prop gun. It's doesn't matter. And LA is kind of they're like New York. They're tough on guns. So yeah, guilty. Sentencing maybe 5 years.
So instead of 180 days, he's taking his chance.
And I'm only saying 5 years because it's a flesh wound, apparently. But shit, Tory Lanez got 10.
But the thing is, they didn't even find anything until the victim found the shell casing, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. They're usually pretty good at that.
And it's in LA, ever since OJ, they've been for black men, they're trying to make
If there's something there to find, they would have found it.
Just so I know, April 2027, them kids stepdaddy. So. Now, let's transition to, I'm going to keep it 100. I really battle with myself each and every day whether this show is going to cover the Trump shenanigans or not. I'm going to be very transparent. I really don't want to talk about Trump, but I feel the need to keep up with what's going on because some of the audience may not be up on politics, and I could speak to them in a way that is digestible and easy for them to understand. Honestly, I don't really want to talk about Trump because it's fucking exhausting. I did this shit when I was at DTF and DSN from 2016, 2017 to 2016 when he was running for president, 2017 when he went into office, all the way till 2021. It's fucking exhausting talking about him all the fucking time. And I really don't want that. Especially within the past week, he made inroads to end birthright citizenship, pause or freeze federal funding, fire numerous staff members, try to obliterate DEI. And now one lawmaker, I believe from Texas, is talking about having him, not Obama, not Clinton, not Bush, having him have the ability to run for a third term. The man literally blamed the plane crash in D.C. on DEI. Yeah. I really don't want to talk about him though. Like, I don't. I feel like he's like Freddy Krueger. If you don't acknowledge him, like he doesn't exist. Like, yeah. Any opinions, Walt? Like, none.
Not really.
Yeah, like I don't know what to say, but let's transition to final thoughts so we could start this birthday celebration. Yeah, because I seriously, I'm so serious when I say this. I am exhausted talking about this man. I'm exhausted hearing about this man. I don't think I have the capacity to hear, think, or talk about him. Especially not my birthday month. Maybe next month I'll feel differently, but not this month. Because in a span of a week, you fucking with Medicaid, you fucking with this, you fucking with that, you fucking with this. It's like, yeah, yeah. So final thoughts, Walter. Wesley Pipes.
Well, let's get this marriage going ASAP.
No pun intended. Love that. So, as I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. And let's thrive in 2025 and speak to you next week on the John Cash Show podcast, bitches.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.